You run like a girl used to be a taunt. Now it's a goal. Minka Misangyi, Executive Director of Girls on the Run of Bexar County, is encouraging preteen girls to exercise their inner strength and celebrate what makes them one of a kind. And they're showing her that when you give a kid a chance, they'll run with it. Welcome to BexarCast. I'm Randy Langford, and this is BexarCast, a weekly interview with business, political, educational, and nonprofit leaders. We're examining the relationships between all four and how each one benefits from the success of the other three. Minka Misangyi has been Executive Director of Girls on the Run of Bexar County since its founding in 2011. With a doctorate in English, she taught American literature and women's literature at the University of Guam before coming to Texas to lead the training development department at a startup IT company in Temple. Her work in women's studies and her own journey into running as an adult drew her to Girls on the Run. Minka used her skills in teaching, mentoring young college women, and the corporate world to take the lead in creating the Bexar County chapter and serving as executive director. Minka, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to speak with me.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Executive Director of Girls on the Run, Bexar County.
Right.
Tell me about Girls on the Run. What's the organization about?
So Girls on the Run is an after-school program for girls in 3rd through 8th grade, which is roughly 8 to 12-year-old girls. We offer an experience-based curriculum, youth development curriculum for girls to learn life skills like how to manage their emotions, resolve conflict, team build, stand up to bullies. And we do this with running as the physical component that helps girls learn the lessons and goal set. And so the teams, they're teams of 8 to 15 girls. They meet twice a week for 90 minutes after school. And the programs are facilitated by volunteer coaches who get trained in the curriculum and then help lead the lessons where the girls are working toward a goal of running a 5K race at the end of the 10-week period.
Nice. How big is it? How many girls participate?
So this season, so we're in spring season, we have what we call seasons, fall and spring, that coincide really with the academic year. And this spring, we're having a record season. We have 395 girls that we're serving. So this year, we're actually having a record year. It's 880 girls that we'll have by the time we finish in spring.
And
pretty exciting.
Girls on the Run of Bexar County, I mean, is it literally all over the county or is it centralized somewhere?
So it is literally all over the county. We're in 8 school districts right now. North side is the biggest school district here in Bexar County, so that's where most of our schools are located, but we're in 30 schools and 1 YMCA across Bexar, Kendall, and Comal counties.
Nice. Why 3rd to 8th grade? Why that age group?
So girls at that age are really developing their self-confidence, and they're really developing the skills that help them have healthy relationships and healthy interactions with people. And so we try to get them when they're young to help them learn how to incorporate those life skills into daily life and then carry them on into adulthood. They're also really young enough that they care about what adults have to say. And so to some of the examples that we can give, and, the coaches are mentors. They're really there modeling the kinds of behaviors and relationships that we hope the girls develop.
Well, you just pushed one of my hot buttons. I mean, right in the middle of it. I am a firm believer that every adult is a role model.
That's true. I mean, the kids
want to be or not. Kids are watching.
They are. They watch to see how, one of the most interesting comments I heard, for instance, around the Super Bowl, and, there's a big controversy about the halftime show. And, the main point is that girls are watching their moms or the women in their lives to see how they react to other women, whether that's a positive or a negative reaction. Right. They're watching to see how we treat other people and how we see other people. It's pretty scary.
Right. And that's kind of the thinking behind BexarFest, the way we built it, the way we created the way we designed the festival, was it would have been just as easy, probably easier, to just have high school kids make videos about their high school or their band or their football team. But we deliberately made them go outside their comfort zone, get outside what your normal everyday routine is. And we wanted to put them in close proximity with people involved in community service, because they are role models. And it's the idea of immersing these teenagers in a nonprofit organization in a culture, what I call a culture of caring.
Mm-hmm.
That
Right.
it's okay to be passionate about kids. It's okay to love animals. It's okay to wear your heart on your sleeve. You don't have to be a tough guy all the time. You can care about other people. And that's part of the thinking behind BexarFest. So I appreciate you stepping up and giving those kids that opportunity.
Oh, I appreciate the opportunity. And, you know, even for the kids that we serve, they love seeing high school kids around because those are their immediate role
Oh,
models.
sure.
Having the Johnson High School students come to, you know, our practices, and for the younger girls to see them, it was thrilling for the girls because they got to see kids not that much older than them, really, in a role that maybe they can see themselves in now because somebody pulled out a camera and somebody could show them what art looks like. And
Right.
so it's pretty big.
So I want to explore that a little bit. This was your first year. The first
It
year
was.
Girls on the Run has been involved in BexarFest. What were your impressions? And I'm not asking just to be flattered, but tell me, what was it, good, bad,
We were
difficult,
blown away.
easy?
I mean, it was an amazing experience, and I can't wait to do it again. You know, one reason I personally work with younger kids is because high school kids have always scared me. I mean, they have a reputation for being a little bit hard to work with, a little bit challenging.
Sure.
These kids were great. I mean, they, from the beginning, they were eager to participate, and they're so talented, and they're so willing to do rework, you know. And some of the premise that we have with Girls on the Run is you're out there to run or walk, to try and fail and try and fail, and you're really out there for self-improvement, not comparing yourself really to anyone else. And so these students, that they seem to be the same way. They're out there to try and be better and just do what they do and make it even better. They're really professional. They struck me as professional, but kids, you know, they were having fun, and they're just, they supported each other, and it was really a great experience.
And I'm glad you said they were having fun, because that's kind of the point. We want them to have, we want this to be a pleasant experience. That I enjoyed that. I want to do that again. I want to spend more time at a nonprofit organization, and we want to create that lifelong engagement. But I've had teachers tell me that when their team first finds out we're going to be paired with a nonprofit, they don't know who. And then there's the big reveal about who your nonprofit partner is going to be. And the kids get excited about, this is going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's something out of the ordinary. We get to go shoot a video. We get to do this stuff. And it's kind of playtime. And then when the students actually come face to face with the nonprofit, and they meet the people that they're going to be dealing with, and they realize these are real people with real issues and real agendas that are really counting on us to do what we said we would do, it suddenly gets very serious. Playtime's over. This is for real. This is an obligation. Did you see that?
I did. Even in the introduction, it was pretty interesting because, you know, we walked into our intern, actually, the intern that we had in the fall season. She and I went to give a presentation to the school or to the students. And so when we got to the classroom, you know, we're all in pink because pink and green are our colors, and we had pink shirts for them. And you could see when they walked in that there was kind of that, oh, really? It's, you know, pink, and we have to listen to this. And they were interested, but I could see the seriousness increase as we told them more about who we are and what we do.
Right.
And got to tell them, you know, how the whole organization was founded, and some of the experiences that we've had working directly with the girls. And by the end of our time together, just in that first 45-minute period, I could see that they realized this was something bigger than what they maybe thought it was. And so they were very diligent in doing their work, and they actually scheduled more time with our teams than I originally thought they would, which was great. But they wanted to go back. They wanted to see more and do more, and they took it really seriously.
And it's interesting. You and I are kind of in the same business. We engage with kids. We're serving children, essentially. How is there a value to you, to your organization, engaging with teenagers, not only as the process of creating the media for BexarFest, but just in general, in the real wide world, that these are going to be the next generation of donors and supporters and employees and volunteers? Is it of any value to catch them when they're 16 rather than when they're 26?
I think so. I mean, specifically for my organization, that's an age gap we have. You know, we work with the younger kids through middle school, and then our volunteers start somewhere in their early 20s.
Right.
But the kids that we work with really want to see teenagers as role models. So in that sense, it's nice to get engaged with teenagers, really. But also, I think, you know, when I think back to my high school years, it never occurred to me that there was a bigger world out there, that maybe I had some gift or
Sure.
some skill that I could give to a community. And I think it's a really great opportunity, the whole BexarFest experience, for teenagers to see the community they live in and the really beautiful things that are being done out there and the need that's out there. And maybe they'll find that there's something they have that they really can give, or something they're passionate about that they would have no idea.
Absolutely. And that's always, it surprises me every year when I hear students tell me after the festival, after they've screened all the videos and all the material, I every year some teenagers will tell me, I never knew that existed. I never knew Girls on the Run existed. I never knew there were animals living on the street. I never knew. And that's good, you know, kind of living in your own world. Okay. But there are real issues in the world. And for kids to tell me after the festival, there are kids who don't have enough to eat. Oh my gosh, we need to do something about this. Yes, you do. And here's your chance. This is the first time a lot of these kids not only have engaged with a nonprofit organization, but dealt with adults as peers. In the past, it's always been parent-child, teacher-student. You're the grown-up. You tell me what to do, and if I'm well-behaved, I go do it. Now it's client-vendor. So the kids have to kind of look you in the eye and stand their ground and give you their ideas and take your feedback. And a lot of the coaches tell me that changes the kids. Did you see any evolution like that? What the kids that started out shy wouldn't look you in the eye, suddenly, I've got a job to do here?
I did a little. I think most of them, though, at the beginning were really already new. You know, you shake hands, you look somebody in the eye. But I think I could see the confidence in their work grow as they did more. And their I guess the way they came together as a team, that they were really supportive of each other's work and really complimentary of each other's work, and then would talk positively about each other to me too. So there was a growth in confidence for sure, and a growth in professionalism, but they already were to begin with.
And some of the teams are, if the team, and that's what's interesting about Johnson, this was their first year. It's the first year festival. So once a team's been in the festival at least once, they have some like returning players, returning lettermen. So the seniors can tell the sophomores, this is what this is going to be like. It's not what you expect. It's much bigger.
Yeah.
But for kids, the whole team was in it for the first time. They didn't know what to expect. It was great to see the way the kids from Johnson responded. That they stepped right up and dug in and did what they needed to do. They did a great job.
They really did. They really did.
I'm real proud of them. I'm proud of all the schools and all the nonprofits in BexarFest, but to come in for your first time and walk away with a Newcomer of the Year award, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, well, I wasn't surprised. I thought they were amazing. I think they should have won every award.
Well, they were in the running. They did a good job.
Yeah, they were.
And that goes back to the what we were just talking about, the technology that the kids bring bring into play. How important is that for you, for your organization? The way BexarFest started, the reason BexarFest started was because there was a need in the community for nonprofit organizations to have marketing tools, videos, photos, that kind of thing. And the way to respond to that need was to create this festival where kids make it. Is that just a pain in the neck, or is that a value to you?
It was definitely a value. I mean, our organization has been really lucky in the sense that we're volunteer driven.
Right.
So we had volunteers come in with talent, who can do graphic design work and who can photograph and take a little bit of video, but they have day jobs. And so we've never had people with this much talent who can stick with it, who can pick an idea and follow it through and change it and make it better and better until the end product is something beautiful. Right. And so it's been a great opportunity for us. We've never had the capacity to have a podcast, for instance. That was one of the categories they did. Right. Something new and creative with the fine arts and the graphic art design. The graphic artists we have are talented who are volunteer for us, but they'll take the need for the day and, we're working on a specific event, so that's what they're focused on. But this was something that was bigger than, a one day event or a season, or, it was just, it's big, and they're talented, and it was a huge opportunity.
Well, I keep saying 16. A 16-year-old is going to bring a different perspective to the project than a 26-year-old.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the people who come to volunteer for us, they're here because they know about Girls on the Run a little bit already. And so to see what the students see with fresh eyes and a new perspective was really eye-opening for me as well. So that was a great opportunity.
Well, I'm glad it was a positive experience. That's kind of the whole idea. If it gets to be a drag or a burden, then why are we doing this? Nobody's
not in the least. I mean, I asked them if they want to, keep volunteering this spring. I would love to have them around.
And that's not an unreasonable idea. That get these kids engaged, let them see what's going on. And what we found was once students have engaged with a nonprofit, not all of them are going to come back, but a percentage will.
Right.
It's a matter of exposing them to it. Oh, I didn't know this need existed. Now that I do know, I kind of want to be a part of it. So,
well, it raises their curiosity about other needs in the community. So if it's not us, maybe it'll be somebody else. And that's a good thing for San Antonio.
It's always a good thing. Sure. Mm-hmm. Well, Minka, thank you so much. Thanks for the time and for your insight. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. And we appreciate being a part of BexarCast. I can't wait to do it again next year.
Can't wait to have you back. Congratulations. You guys did good.
Yeah, thanks. All right. Our team did good. They did great.
Well, thanks again.
You're welcome.